Alright, what's up guys, just going to give a little demonstration on this Dryad Killdeer. I don't do gear reviews or anything like that. I love gear though. I just know a lot of people on the forum have asked how this works. And beforehand, I'm just going to give you a little background information on my progression through safety harnesses. So I started with this Muddy Pro, and as you can see, you know, it's fine. It's just a lot of straps and it's kind of uncomfortable. And I once saw a guy ask what it felt like to fall in one, or if anybody has ever fell in one and is hung from one, and what it feels like. And it feels terrible. Like, it doesn't feel good at all. Even if you're just on like a controlled fall, like, it feels horrible. I can't imagine if you fell in this like accidentally. So I ditched this and actually went to a legit rock climbing harness. This is probably the best one, all things considered, because it actually has rated gear loops. So you can actually use these as like lineman's loops. But when you cinch up the waist belt, they don't line up right, so it's kind of weird. But rock climbing harnesses were definitely awesome. It's missing a couple features. Like, it's not really easy to hang sticks from this, even with the mini lone wolf sticks. Like, they're like hitting me in the ankles and stuff. So I just needed something else to get by. This is a Safe Tech Trad, by the way. It's, like I said, it's probably the best rock climbing harness if you're going to go that route. But for the amount of money that this cost, it's like $120 bucks. Go ahead and get the Dryad Killdeer. So basically, it comes with a belt and kind of cobra buckle. It's actually a rated cobra buckle, so that's pretty cool. That's on a lot of like gun belts and stuff like that. And I believe they're actually used for some pretty serious like climbing applications. When you buy it, you're just going to get the belt and these leg straps, and pretty much the way it goes together, just throw it around you. Like that. You got your lineman's loops. You got your main little like D-ring type thing there, and then you just take your leg loops, just pass it through the middle, boom, clip it in, and clip it in, and that's exactly how it comes. But as you might have noticed there, like, this wants to like sag down. So if you reach out to the owner, he actually makes these little loops here, these little keepers. And basically all you do is unclip this, and just drop it down, then grab your leg loop and run it over that, and then just clip it in and clip it back to the center, and then it'll never, you know, it won't move on you like it typically does without the keepers. I know a lot of guys don't even run the leg loops, but when I'm hanging my sticks, sometimes I like to just hang and just sit there, you know, under tension from just the rope. And the leg loops are great for that. It's really comfortable. You can hang there, you know, for honestly like 5 or 6 minutes before you're like, wow, I should probably get out of this position. So like I said, it's really easy to use. It's way better, way smaller, and lighter than a rock climbing harness, but it offers all the same functionality, except that you've actually got like molly loops and legitimate lineman loops here. The way I have mine set up, because these keepers, they do just float, but I actually have 2 of these Grimlock D-rings, or plastic D-rings, and I use one on each side as a hook. So then I just hook my stick on to each side, and then, you know, once I get up to climbing height, I just flip that over. Super quiet, super lightweight, doesn't weigh anything. So I've got 2 on each side, and they're kind of keeping these leg loops in place, because otherwise they will just slide up and down, and that would be annoying. But I've got a D-ring keeping that in that slot there, so it's really not bad at all. And I'll just kind of give you a demonstration of what it's like when you're actually in the tree. like I said, once you're up there, I always like to let it fall below my right arm. That way I can, you know, pretty much shoot in any direction. I'm not really going to demonstrate a fall on this telephone pole, and don't judge me for the telephone pole. I'm a city slicker for the time being. I'm about to move back to the mountains with my Canon. And whatnot, and then I'll have real trees and not simulated ones. But pretty much you're just right here the whole time tight, and like I said, I don't really want to demonstrate a fall, but like, you know, it's going to start to fall. Try not to fall anyway, but it's going to catch you. It's not going to be comfortable. It's never going to be comfortable if you actually fall. I will say though, just hanging from this is not bad at all. Like I said, I do it for about 5 or 6 minutes before it actually starts to hurt. Whereas with a regular harness, you know, it hurts almost immediately. So it's definitely got that going for it. But you guys also don't make fun of my Crocs. You know, it just is what it is. This is another way you can use it. If you got a deer coming behind you or something, or you know, you could even set up like this on purpose. You can kind of use it like a saddle. Just shoot here. I never really use the saddle. Don't really have any desire to. I really like tree stands. But this, you know, this harness does give you some of that functionality. So the last thing I'll say about it is, I hope I didn't make that seem more complex than it is. I honestly hate messing with stuff, and this is seriously nothing. It takes 2 seconds. There's nothing aggravating about it. The most frustrating part was not having the leg loops. Like I said, if you just email Dryad, he'll send you some. I think they're like $10 or $20. They're well worth it. And the only reason I don't think that he has them posted yet, and this is just pure speculation, is because he's probably trying to design something better. Because like I said, right now they will float up and down the belt, like horizontally. They'll slide up and down the belt when they're not under tension. That's why I have these 2 D-rings. They're not holding it in place. They're just keeping it from sliding up and down the belt. I hope that makes sense. But so here's kind of a look at how they all, you know, compress or whatever. The muddy. I mean, there's really not much you can do with it. If you really like push it down in your bag or something, that's fine. This is actually really small. Like this was really small. Like when I first got this, man, I was like, wow, I really did something with this. I was like, I thought everybody that was mentioning rock climbing harnesses was like the smartest person in the world. It was amazing. It was comfortable. Like, it's freaking awesome. So I was really thrilled about this. But when you compress it like this, if you don't do it perfectly, like it gets all tangled up and stuff. And I did it pretty good. But you've got to step through this, because if you go fooling with these mechanisms all the time, it's not simple like these G hooks or these G clips. It's kind of a weird little mechanism there. It's nothing too crazy, but it is frustrating messing with that. Whereas this, there's like literally no jack around factor, as the folks say. It's pretty simple, and everything, you know, comes right apart into these 2 pieces. And I mean, this is seriously tiny. Like, it's not even compressed, and it's like the size of my hand. I wear like a large size of glove. Like, this thing is freaking awesome. I highly recommend it. 10 out of 10. I know this is a really rough video, but I just got home from work and I wanted to throw something together just to get something out there. I'm not affiliated with them whatsoever. It's just a great product, and I know a lot of other guys like me will really enjoy it. So it's kind of why I wanted to do this. The last thing I want to reiterate just one more time. This is what I mean by the leg loops. The leg loop keeper will just float up and down the belt. If these D-rings weren't here, then this would just float all the way up and down the belt. With those on there, you know, it keeps it in place. And like I said, I use these as one on each side. I use it just to clip the piece of paracord from my stick to this, and then it just lifts right off there. And then the other 2, you know, I'll clip like a bow rope or, you know, anything you need to clip to it. So super good system, highly recommend it. Yeah, just if you have any questions at all, just ask me and I'll try to get you the best answer I can. Again, I know this was really rough. I'm not a gear reviewer, I'm a hunter, sometimes just a nature watcher. So